Well, welcome back. Yes, this is Mike Ignello. I'm going to ask you that question. Do you know what time it is? Do you really know what time it is? I can tell you, if you're watching news from traditional media, you have absolutely no idea what's going on in America. Right now, America is on the brink of something very, very dangerous. And let me be more specific. I'm talking about what just transpired in our nation, the No King's Day. No, it wasn't as well attended as they're trying to make you think. No, it's not, as big as they said. But there were thousands of people that were doing the most vile, saying the most terrible things. I never thought I'd see the day, but I'm seeing it now. Let me give you a little look behind the scenes so you know what went on this No King's Day, or should I say, the Hate Day, the Hate America Day, the Hate Trump Day, the Hate Everything That's Good Day. That's what it is. They're hating without a cause. They talk about, here's the one I'm going to feature. This guy, Raskin, he's a United States representative, a Democrat from Maryland. He is without a doubt, um, I'm just going to say it, evil. He lies every time he opens his mouth, it seems, and he's evil in his core. Now, during this No King's Day, horrible things went on, calling for the death of Trump. I mean, things that you won't believe. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. He called it, the King's protest was a totally positive and patriotic experience. A totally positive and patriotic experience. First of all, most of the people there had no clue why they were there. People were sent in to do interviews, and they asked them, what are you protesting? What are you? Well, it's this or it's that. Well, what specifically? There were some people that stared blankly because you know why? They're being driven by demons. I'm going to say it. They're being driven by demonic forces, forces full of hate, full of the devil. They're hating without a cause, and they can't even articulate why they hate. They they were really stunned when asked for suspicion. I mean, what? Give me a reason. Well, I hate this. Well, why? They could not articulate not one point. Many of them. And then there were a little girl was there holding a sign. This one broke my heart. And she held this little girl, probably about 9, holding this sign and said on the sign, "We hate Trump." Now, there's a great way to raise your child. To hold a sign and saying that you hate the current president. We hate Trump. How about this one? This is really going to get you. There was an effigy hanging from a rope a guy had, like about half size, real size, of President Trump, like almost a pinata. And there was about a 12 or 13-year-old boy stabbing this effigy of Trump and slashing at it. It was macabre. It reminded me of Hamas. Because Hamas trains their children to hate Jews from their very infancy. In school, in their textbooks, in their comic books, in everything. They're taught to hate Jews, kill Jews, and annihilate Jews. They are. They're taught that. And I thought, where's this is America? No, it's looking like Hamas. This 12 or 13-year-old boy slashing at President Trump, stabbing at his effigy. And then the adult that was holding up this pinata looking thing, this almost about half real size, slapped this kid high five, like, good job. Good job. You're slashing and wanting to kill the president. Many people interviewed talked about it's too bad we didn't read in the obituaries today that President Trump is dead, calling for his assassination, calling for his death. This is the No Kings protest that Raskin said was totally positive and patriotic. How about a large portion of the Chicago um, educational system? People were out there, some of the teachers, and they were actively calling for the shooting of ICE agents, for shooting ICE agents. Don Lemon from CNN a disgraced broadcaster, told people, go get guns, buy guns legally. And when they come knocking at your door, defend yourself. He openly said to arm yourself so you can shoot ICE agents. This is the patriotic protest they had over the weekend. I'm just getting warmed up. I'm telling you, this is what was ignored by the media. This is what wasn't reported by the media. This is what they just showed the crowds and people holding signs, vile signs. They were pro-Hamas people there, pro-abortion people there. It was a menagerie. You know what it looked like? And older people dressed up in furry outfits and bunny outfits and blow-up outfits with lobsters and great. It reminded me of the bar scene from the original Star Wars movie. Really, a macabre gathering of demon-possessed people, all full of hate. One lady making fun, many of them, of how Charlie Kirk got killed, how the blood squirted from her neck, and people were laughing as she mimicked the assassination. This is what went on. This is what went on your No Kings protest day, which they called patriotic and positive. This is what Jeffries was declaring great, and Kamala Harris was declaring great, and Chuck Schumer, all declaring how great this was. People calling for the death of Trump. People celebrating the way Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Calling openly for the shooting and killing of ICE agents. Look, we've turned a corner here. I don't know how these people aren't in jail. How can you openly call for violence? Openly call. Look what they did to Trump. When January 6th, because I always bring it up, he said, now go peacefully and patriotically protest. That's what he said. These people are openly calling for murder and shootings and mayhem, and nobody's arresting them? How is this possible? I'm all for free speech, but calling for the killing of others is not free speech. It's inciting violence. Well, this is the America we're in. This is the fight we're in. And it is a spiritual battle. Don't think it's not. Oh, it's not political. That's just a covering. It's a spiritual battle of good and evil. And right now, you could be offended if you like. It seems like the Democrats are representing the evil side. They're representing everything against God. They're for abortion up until and including the 9th month. They're for the killing of ICE agents. They're for the killing of the President of the United States. They celebrate the assassination and the martyring of Charlie Kirk. This is the Democratic Party. This is the Democratic Party. Now, I'm sorry. I'm not making this political. I'm making an honest assessment, an honest observation of what's going on in our country. Listen, Republicans don't do everything right. I can guarantee you that. But they're not doing this. They're not promoting this hate fest, hate against America, hate against the president, hate, calling us white supremacists and homophobes and just anything that can come out of their mouth against regular folk like you and me. I'm telling you, don't be laxed on your prayer life. This battle is just beginning. If you think Trump being president and everything's peachy keen now, you're wrong. Look what they're doing. And they're attacking him for building a ballroom in the White House. My goodness, they are desperate. They are absolutely bankrupt. And by the way, I can give you a long list of presidents that's renovated the White House, that's did things, that have changed things, and they're saying he's desecrating the White House. Not $1 of taxpayer money is going for this, and he's making a beautiful ballroom. That's all. But they're even going after that, saying he's desecrating the White House. They are bankrupt. They are evil. They are demonically inspired. I'm telling you, this is not a political statement. This is good and evil. But this was all predicted, wasn't it? That things are going to get really worse. And perilous times are going to come, it said in Timothy. And doctrines of devils are going to be shared and preached. We're seeing that out of Timothy. And in Peter, it said the end of all things at our hand. And the world is going to turn on Israel. It's happening. Everything predicted in the Bible for the end days is happening in front of your eyes if you'll really listen, if you'll really look. So, what is my message today? Pray. Take heed of what you're seeing. Like Jesus wanted them to take heed of when he visited the first time. Many didn't. Many didn't know of his visitation. Many didn't understand who he was. But I'm telling you to take heed of the times we're living in and make sure you're praying. Make sure you're being a witness. Make sure your church is doing something, helping the homeless, helping poor. Make sure you're getting out there being a witness. Share Jesus with someone. I don't care if you're in a Kroger line or with the people checking you out at someone, if you're at a Gabe's or wherever you're at. Be a witness. I got the witness to a guy today right on the street on Quarrier Street where I was working, and we had a good conversation. And he sees the end times. I'm telling you, this is it. This hate fest was unbelievably bad and demonic, and you barely heard just little blips about it. Now, if you're on other forms of media and on the internet, you're hearing some of it. But take heed. God is in control. All these things were prophesied to happen. We are being completed. These prophecies are being completed. The end days are upon us. Pray, be a witness, love like you've not loved before, and get out there and do something for the poor and for the homeless, or even your own family, your neighbors. Be active. Get activated. Do something. And God will bless you for it. Well, I've got more coming up about some worldwide events. I can't get into. I'm going long now, but tomorrow, God willing, we'll come back. You won't believe what's going on in the world right now, and I'm telling you, we are in the end of end days. Well, Lisa and I, we pray for you, and we pray God keep you and protect you, and most of all, surrender every bit of your life to Christ. Leave no stone unturned and totally commit to him, and he's committed to you. Be used of him in these end days. We'll see you next time on Do You Know What Time It Is?